Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you the 3 best T-pistol round strats you can do in Dust 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and comment on what you want to see me do next. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to write them down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get started. So let's talk about the B strat. The beast strat only needs 2 critical players and nothing else. The other players can just simply run with pistols and do nothing. However, these 2 players do need to throw some utility. So let's start from the player 1, aka the person who needs to throw the flash. So, the person who's throwing the flash is just simply running towards tunnel. As he runs, he does need to have one set of a flash. While he's running, he needs to aim at this dot when he reaches B tunnels, and when he runs behind this box, when he passes it, he needs to simply throw the flash. This flash is really useful because it doesn't blind your teammates if they're running towards the right side of the wall. However, if they are running towards the left side, they will get blinded by it. This flash is pretty consistent, so you can throw it all the time. You just need to aim pretty close to these dots and also aim pretty high up, and when you run just simply throw them. However, this flash is a bit risky because it is really easily expected from CTs, so if you want another good flash instead, or to throw the both flashes, you can throw this flash, then stop and aim at this wall and throw this flash. These 2 flashes are really good because if you combine them, it flashes open sight and then it flashes backside. And this distracts CTs so much that they can ruin their own positioning, and then you can just simply push out as so. However, for this strat you also need a smoke. This is where the critical player 2 comes in. While he's running towards tunnel, he needs to position himself in this corner and throw this jump throw smoke lineup. To do this lineup, you just simply have to aim towards this top and move to the right until it lines up with the left stick of the ladder. And while aiming here, you can just simply throw the jump throw smoke. This smoke is very consistent and very good because it is really quick to do, and it's also not an open smoke, which doesn't cause CTs to jump out of here and lurk. So this smoke is very good and I really recommend you use it. And that's actually it. That's what the B-side strat looks like. One of your teammates just simply throws this lineup, while the other person, while running, has to throw this flash. And sometimes if you want to combine, you just throw this flash as well. The other player's POV is pretty simple. They just quickly run towards the site. However, do keep in mind that the person who is throwing the flash needs to be the first contact, because otherwise he will blind his teammates if he's way too late. If he's not the first, he might throw the flash and blind off the first teammate if he's really close towards the exit of tunnel. That's why the person who's throwing the flash always needs to be first. After this combo, you can simply enter site and clear it, and then quickly get a post plant in here and just play off the retake. Now let's move on towards the short strat. It's a pretty simple strat. The only thing that you need to worry about is one lineup. This lineup can be done from any one of your teammates who just don't have the long spawn, because if anyone gets the long spawn, as I discussed in the previous videos, should usually push towards short first. So to do this lineup, you just simply line yourself up with this line and aim at this dot and simply throw a jump throw smoke. This smoke covers off the whole catwalk, which makes it easier for Ts to simply push towards short. After the smoke is thrown, players can simply run towards short without worrying of it, and then quickly jump up catwalk, run around, and go towards short. However, do keep in mind that you should have one person who before pushing short, drops down towards Xbox and clears lower tunnel just in case so no one pushes and catches you by flank. After that, he quickly jumps up Xbox and follows along, while the rest of your team simply pushes towards short. Before pushing short or A side, you can also just throw this simple flash. The lineup is pretty simple, you just have to walk pretty close up to the wall, not too close, however you do need to see this sort of 90 degrees angle from the two roofs, and just simply throw in between. As the round goes, you and your team just quickly take site and get the post plant. Ideally you should plant for short, however you can also plant for site, or if you have one person in long who is just willing to lurk, you can also try and plant for long. However, in my opinion, the best plant is towards this or this corner and just play off of it in short. Now let's move on to the final strat, which is the taking long strat. To do this, it's pretty simple. You can even do it in solo queue lobbies. You just need to know this lineup yourself, and you need your team to follow you. So to do this, you simply run towards long. You don't even have to be the first contact because you're not rushing, and you simply line yourself up in this corner of double door. Then you aim exactly as shown. While you see this line and these two marks, you aim way down until you reach the sky and just simply jump from. This is an ideal smoke if you want to cross and you simply get into sight without no worries. That's why I usually recommend throwing this smoke for the strat. A lot of pro teams use it and it's really useful in general. Besides the smoke, you also need a flash, ideally to peek long. This is where player 2 comes in. He just simply lines himself up in this corner. This lineup I've already showed in previous videos. Aim at slightly above the wall and lining up with the middle of the shadow. Just simply throw the jump throw flash. And after the flash, you can just simply peek out. However, keep in mind that this flash needs to be thrown only at the same time as your teammate throws the long smoke, because with this timing you have a perfect peek for long and your smoke in CT lands perfectly when you peek out here. Also, since this is a later strat and you need to wait a few seconds, make sure to check these corners that CTs might already camp in, just in case so you don't get killed from behind. After the smoke is thrown, and the flash has been thrown, you and your team quickly push out and simply run towards long. Then you simply clear these corners like car and run towards ramp, clearing the side, trying to take short as well maybe. If you have a molly, you can molly it off. However, since you bought a flash and a smoke, instead of anything else, you should probably buy a P250, because then if your team plans for this box or here, you can just simply camp in pit and hold the angle. Thank you everyone for watching the video. These are the 3 best T-pistol round strats in Dust 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.